In this TypingMind review, I'll provide you with the pros and cons, and I'll compare it to some of my experiences with other tools, like let's say ChatGPT, Poe.com, and many other AI tools. So I have personally tested well over 100 AI tools. These are the tools that I own. They're premium versions, they're not free versions. And so everything I mentioned here today is just going to be about my experiences with TypingMind, and I'll try to compare and contrast. So let's go ahead and get started here. So TypingMind, it's a UI, it's a front end for APIs that will tie into ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and also some custom GPT LLMs like Mistral, Llama, and many more. So this is a bring your own key system. And I will tell you up front that I was very confused after I bought this because I was presented with a thank you page with my license, and then it went into how to download it for Mac, and I am personally using a Windows computer. So I was kind of thrown off a bit, and then I realized that they actually have different versions of this. So if you want to use your local server or your own web server, or you could actually use your MacBook if you have one, and if not, you could use the web-based version. So let's go into some of the benefits of this, like why would you even want to buy this compared to other tools? So it is a bring your own key system, which is something that I like, but it has the ability to tap into all of these even within the same chat. So you could actually pivot between these different LLMs, these large language models, within the same chat, or you could actually open up a new chat and just use that dedicated for a specific language model. It also has, let me jump down to this, AI agent. So if you've used GPTs, custom GPTs, you have that ability. It's not the same ones from ChatGPT or Poe, but it has its own AI agents. You can also use a community prompt library as well as build your own. It also has text to speech. And I think this is actually a big benefit for people that are creating faceless videos. If you want to create some voiceovers, you can go ahead and save them as MP3s. So I think this is actually a huge benefit for people that are creating text to speech. And then also you have the ability to do web search, vision, DALL-E. So one of the things that I realized with web search is that there's one that is native within this platform where you can use your own web server as a proxy to do web searches. However, I have not set up my own web server for this, which requires something called Node.js. So many of the web servers, if you are going for shared servers, don't have that capability. So if you want to use Node.js, I would suggest like going to like, let's say DigitalOcean or some of the other premium platforms. So what I'll do in this demo is that I'll also provide you with an alternative, how you can actually do web search even though you don't set up your own server for this. And as I mentioned earlier, you have the ability to have chats with the ability to have multiple large language models within the same chat, or even have more tabs open with multi-chat, again, multiple models or single tabs. Then I want to go over this. No monthly fee, no usage limit. If you have ever seen the lifetime deals that are out there, they'll usually have like something like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and sometimes up to tier 5 or more. And they'll typically tier your usage. This one, you could pay a lifetime fee, single fee, very, very low cost, which I'll show you soon. And it allows you to bring your own key, and you'll be charged with no monthly fee for this platform. However, you have to pay for your usage for those individual services, which are very affordable, which I'll show you very, very soon. Jumping down here, you have the ability to change some parameters within each LLM. You also have unlimited plugins, which is awesome. You can upload documents. So if you want to actually use a document, like let's say an ebook, a PDF, and use that as your brain to actually augment the knowledge, like let's say that most large language models, they have a cutoff date, and you have a new document or maybe a document that has recent news, you can actually feed that into this system so it actually understands what's going on in current days or weeks, whatever you want to upload, you can actually provide that. So you could inform the GPT of what type of things you wanted to learn. I'll go into, also this is actually a cool benefit here, chat, sync, and backup. So you could use the cloud or you could use a local backup if you don't want to use the cloud. So if you do a local backup, you could store that in your local drive, or you could even use a shared cloud drive if you want to do that. If you have multiple devices, like let's say you have an iPhone and you want to be able to sync that with something in Dropbox or Google Drive, I haven't seen anything where it has those cloud storages separately where I can select those as integrations, but it does have its internal cloud, TypingMind cloud. If you want to use a local file or a manual file, you can go ahead and drop that in to your network drive or shared cloud drive. So that's a possibility. Something else I want to show you here, which is this page. This is the FAQ. And if you don't know where to get this, it's actually at the very bottom. I didn't read this FAQ before I bought it. I just got a referral from somebody I know, and I thought, oh, this is actually a cool tool. FAQ link is down here on the bottom right. But what I'll show you here is just something for people that are interested about the difference between ChatGPT Plus and TypingMind. So of course, there is no subscription. You have to bring your own key. And then let me show you something here about cost in case you're not familiar with API usage. How much will it cost you? So ChatGPT API is very affordable. Even if you use this with Anthropic, like let's say Claude, you could use it with Google's Gemini, and the costs are very low. And if you look at this, typical chat conversation is about 1,000 characters, which costs a tenth of a penny. And that's less than a cent. So you can have thousands of chats, and that will cost you just $1. So I did open up this, and you have to understand that the more sophisticated, more modern ones that have something called a context window that is larger than the older ones, it will cost more money. So if I drop down here to ChatGPT Turbo, which is very affordable, you can see that 1 million input tokens is 50 cents. And if I go to the latest one for Omni, you can see it's $5. So 10 times the cost. Just keep that in mind if you use the newer models, especially ones that have a larger context window, they will cost more. So let's go ahead and dive into a quick demo. This is the interface. You do have the ability to view the prices by buying a license here. Let's see if I have that window open. I'll just click on it. And you can see the pricing here. $39 removes all the ads. And then extended, the big benefit is image generation, web search, text-to-speech. I ended up getting this, premium. Some people said that $59 is good enough, but the benefit with this is that it has free updates. So the problem if you get these, if they don't have free updates, let's say that they change the server-based one, if you do want to use the server one, then you'll be stuck with old code. It is closed source, and so if you wanted to get an updated version, you might have to pay again. So instead, I would rather get free updates. That's me. And then you could also use GPT Vision, where you could attach images, ask questions about it, and a lot more. So let's jump into the demo here. And then I'll show you how to switch. So I do have the ability to put my license key, API keys. This is mostly for OpenAI key, and then there's the Anthropic key for Claude, and then there's the Google key for generative AI for Gemini. And so we could flip-flop between these different large language models here. Also, we could do that within the same chat. And then this is what you'll find here. And then if I go to manage models, I could even go to older ones. So for example, if I wanted to go to Gemini 1, or if I wanted to go to Claude 1, Claude 2, 2.1, it's available, which is pretty cool. And then I could choose a custom model if I wanted to. You could see a bunch here. So a lot of different options. So this Llama, you could have Lava, Llama 2, Mistral, Orca, and much more. So those are available. And then I will also show you something here. Let's go ahead and just go to GPT 3.5. And then I'll show you that we have plugins here. I've turned on some plugins. These are the current plugins in the main view here. Some of these require you to put in the API key, like let's say Stable Diffusion. Stable Diffusion is an alternative to DALL-E 3 for image generation. You also have Web Page Render, and as I mentioned, you have to have your own server for that. Also has some other tools. JavaScript Interpreter has the ability to render charts in HTML and much more. Just click on Manage Plugins. See, there's a lot of different options here. You can create a new plugin as well. Explore plugins. So I believe this is pretty good, especially if they're going to be providing more plugins over time. And then what you have here are also the agents, prompt library, and the model settings. So if you wanted to tweak the 3.5 settings, if you've ever used Platform and OpenAI, you'll notice that you'll have the ability to change the temperature penalties here for presence and penalty, top P, top K, max tokens, and more. So that's cool for advanced users. And then you have the ability to change the format here for text content. So if you wanted to create, like, let's say, an ebook or even a blog post, there's so many different options here for the type of content that you want to write. I think this is really cool. I have a lot of other AI tools, and they're mostly focused on article creation, not so much working with ebooks or even press releases. So this is pretty cool. You also have social media posts, so it's great for Twitter, Facebook, and many more that accept text, then emails. So that's great. You also have the ability to change your tone. So friendly is a very popular option, or authoritative. And then I can also pick, like, let's say, conversational style for writing style, and even US specific English, or if you're in the UK, you could pick English UK, and many more. So a lot of different languages here, just about all the major languages. And then if I click on here, I could look at the OpenAI agents. And then I could see that there's a blog generator, a YouTube content creator. All these you could interact with them, and there's more. And you could create your own agent, your AI agent, kind of like your own GPT. A lot of different options that are readily available. Just thumbing through them so you could see what is available. So cool options. And then once I switch to one, let's go into this. And then I can go to marketing. I can go to YouTube content creator. And then there's some examples here, or I could just start typing in my prompt. Pretty cool stuff. And then I'll go ahead and just provide you with something. So I'll just do default. It's the YouTube content creator. What I'll do is that I'll flip-flop between some of these. So I could open this in a new tab. And then I can go ahead and do a new chat, and then just ask it a question with ChatGPT 3.5. And it does have shortcuts. If I press /, it has the ability to pull this up and recall other prompts that I have saved or use community prompts and such. But I'll just go ahead and just type in my prompt. Create an outline for a YouTube video script about How to create a highly shareable Facebook post. That's great. I could also refine it so I can hover, copy it, and then I'll just say for a 8-minute YouTube video script, just make it more specific. Okay, I have that script. So that's one way to do it. Otherwise, I can just go and take this prompt here, go back to here and say create a 8-minute YouTube video script about this. I could provide an outline if I wanted to, but I'll just go with that, see how good it is. And then since this is the YouTube content creator, I'll just go ahead and put friendly. I'll reselect that. I'll put conversational and then US English and click on send. Okay, it says I'd love to do that. Let's craft a script. And let's say if I just put go on. Okay, there we go. So that's a relatively short script. It's because I'm using an older version of GPT. I could also be more specific. Let's go ahead and flip-flop into, let's just use Claude 3 Haiku. It's kind of like a cheaper version. It says this model is in beta, but let's see how it works. Let's copy the same prompt. I could just use this too. And see what the difference is. Okay, and then I'm curious. Let's just type in word counter. Put this in here. It's about 411 words. So I'll say, let's revise this. Let's make it word count based. A YouTube script, I'll say 2,000 word. I'll put 2,500 word YouTube script. Let's go with that. I can see it's longer. And there's also something with reading time, the read time I've used before. So let's see if I put in that old script. So copy this, put it into here. That's like a 2-minute script. So that's an issue with any AI tool. It's not that accurate when you give it, like let's say instructions like an 8-minute script. Let's see how many words this is. I actually asked for 2,500 words, but it's not finished yet. So let's go ahead and do that. So this one is actually 8 minutes. It's actually pretty close, but it says what it is, try to tap. Let's see if you have more content, go on. Let's try that out. So a lot more content. So let's go and check out the word count here. That's a lot, over 1,500 words in one prompt. So I believe this is it. Let's just go ahead. And the way it continues is pretty funny, so you'll have to edit this. I usually do this, I'll combine them in another editor, like let's say Notepad++ is one I use on Windows. So I'll just put something here so I could tell myself that that's where it cut off at. And then scroll through, and then Let's go ahead and just fix the content here. I'll just put some kind of transition here. It's all about creating truly valuable content, valuable and engaging content. Okay, so that is 13 minutes. So that's a very long script. Last thing I want to show you are images. So let's go back to this. You also have the play button here where you can create MP3s. It says that there's an error. I guess it's too long. So there's a limit of 5,000 characters, actually 4,096 characters. And so you'll have to use, to me, I think even using like, let's say ChatGPT 3.5 will create something that's small enough. Like, let's go back up, like this one. So this one, it's still over the limit. Let's go up. Oh, that is, I think it's this one.
You got it.
Yeah, there it is.
Let's dive into crafting an engaging
So I'm playing it through
YouTube
my audio.
script
You probably
on
won't
how to
hear
create
it,
a
but this one was the one through ChatGPT 3.5, and the other ones were using Haiku, I believe. So that's the reason why. So last thing is that I'll go ahead and use something where I can go into images. So let's go ahead and see if there's something where I could just put an image, blog image generator. There we go. So we're now on blog image generator. I'll say create, I think it's generate for this one, an image that has, I don't know, just whatever comes to mind, swirl of colors with a laptop, modern laptop in the middle. And you might want to see a person in it with a adult female. I'll just say adult, as close up of an adult female pointing at the screen. Let's see if that works. Send. Using stable diffusion, that's one of the options. And there we go. It's actually using somebody else's finger. So that can be all revised with the prompt. And let's see. I haven't used DALL-E 3 through here. So let me go ahead and see if I could find something. DALL-E, nothing in DALL-E. Let's look at this one. Let's do new chat. Go back into here. And it says DALL-E 3. So let's see how this works. Do another version. And there it says DALL-E 3. Okay, that's good. All I did for that is I just used the same AI tool here, the AI agent, and I just created a new chat. But the other one, actually, I believe I used the same one, but it was within a pre-existing chat. So let's see how this works. It's using DALL-E 3 now. Okay, there we go. And I could tell it to be more realistic. So for example, just do this. Generate an image that is hyper realistic. Let's see how this works. Sometimes I'll put like photorealistic. This usually takes like about 20 seconds or so to generate. Should come up soon. There we go. So I think that's pretty cool. And one of the things that you might notice is actually the ratio. In many of the DALL-E 3 or image generators I've used online, they'll usually provide you with a square version. but I picked horizontal because I use them for YouTube thumbnails. So I think it's very useful. So that is something that's configurable within TypingMind as well. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to leave a link for TypingMind in my description. At this point in time, I haven't seen an affiliate program, so it might just be a raw link. And if there is an affiliate program, I might use my affiliate link. But thanks for watching. Check out the link in the description and then check out TypingMind. I think it's a very cool tool with a lot of different options for a lot of different large language models. I think it's very affordable compared to some other tools that I've purchased. And so I say check it out. I highly recommend it.